Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Atalas here. It's been a while since I've done a video, so I'm gonna post this one up. I had some people ask me about the Powertech and what it is, how good are they, and what's behind the spec really. I'm gonna show you guys the hybrid spec after this quick little spec I show you right here. This is the closest thing I could come up to Carolina Parakeet, which was one of the most broken specs when the game first came out. It was a really good spec, but this is about as close as I could come up to it. So the key features to the spec is that you do 9% additional damage to your burning targets. So you have, it's basically just the dot cleave spec for Powertechs. You have incendiary missile, and you have retractable blade. So as long as your targets are burning, which they always are since you are in combustible gas cylinder, you'll do 9% additional damage, plus your gut, your retractable blade, is going to let you do 3% more additional damage to bleeding targets. So you're doing a total, everything you do does an extra 12% more damage. This is very good. And we're in the combustible gas cylinder to get our procs off of our rail shots. And also, we've went up into the Powertech tree a little more to increase the critical damage bonus, mainly of our combustible gas cylinder, rail shot, flame burst, and incendiary missile. We don't use thermal detonator in this spec, but we do use the blade, and we do get a lot of the nice utility items here. We do get a shorter stun, we get a better interrupt, we get a little bit of damage reduction, we get a little bit of reduction to dot damage, a damaging shield. This is purely a damaging spec. There's very little survivability behind it. So I'll just go ahead and show you this, guys, and then I'll go into the hybrid spec for you. So when I enter a fight, I like to make sure my rockets are up. And this is just strictly if you just want to burst someone. Explosive fuel is very amazing for rocket shoulder cannon. It makes everything just about crit. It's very awesome. It's about every other. So I like to use my free thermal sensor on my incendiary missile. Get that going, cleave them, and go into my rail shot. Get some good damage, keep up taunts. Always keep your dots up on your target. The trouble thing in this spec too is watching your energy management. Like with anything else in the Powertech tree, you want to make sure you're not going above 40% energy, otherwise your energy regen is going to be really slow. Let's get those dots back on them. Get some pretty good numbers here. And this is pretty much how the spec works. It's just Pyrotech with the retractable blade, and it's just making sure you keep up all your dots. This is about the closest thing you can come up to the new Carolina Parakeet. So, I think it's fairly viable. If anything else, it's a pretty fun spec to run. But we'll see where it goes. Possibly a hybrid we can run if Powertechs get nerfed in 2.6. Alright, so guys, the hybrid spec. The annoying spec you've probably seen, you may know about, you may not know about. It's the Dong Cleave spec, which runs in tank stance. So in tank stance, we're basically trading off 10% of our damage for more survivability. Our damage reduction shoots up to tanking numbers. Very hard to deal with. Okay, so guys, we're gonna walk you through the spec. 2 points go into your bigger rocket punch damage. I'm just building the DPS tank stance hybrid. You can go in and get oil slick. I like to get oil slick a lot and skip out on immolate. But if you want to do max damage and be max durability, this is the spec to do. Reduction on your flamethrower, obviously. Get your gut. You wouldn't need these necessarily if you're gonna run tank stance. I don't always run tank stance. I usually pick these two talent points up. But if you're not going to run tank stance, you know, just pick up some more survivability, better interrupt, get the gut, free punches, flamethrower, obviously, and better stun. And this is one of the main talent points that makes this so durable. Reduce damage taken from AoE by 30%, and reduce stun damage by 30%. So if you stun us and we're getting smashed, we basically don't feel any of it. It's just, you might smash us for 2k. You might smash us for 2k. Alright, moving on up. So this is what the DPS hybrid durability spec looks like. It's very good, very hard to kill. I expect it to be nerfed fairly soon in 2.6, so Pop that, instant 4 shoulder cannons. We get up to 7, I believe, from the tree. And they do actually more damage, which is very, very awesome. So, moving into this spec, we always, usually you build up your stacks for your flamethrower early on in the match, but we'll just go in like we didn't have them ready. You want to get that, immolate, see that punch proc come up, get your rail shot in. Always punch before your rail shot, because that's what gives you the instant chance to crit on it. Alright, looking a little high on heat. Alright, so we got our charges on our flamethrower. Gonna go ahead and unleash it. Beautiful, beautiful. I got only 1 crit on there, but it was a 4.1k crit, and followed by a trickling trail of 2ks. Still pretty devastating. Yeah, but I mean, there's not too much of this hybrid. It's just kind of like Powertech. But instead of incinerator missile, you're using your retractable blade. Instead of thermal detonator, you're relying on your flamethrower for your big damage. Get another flamethrower in here. 3.8. Yeah, it was a lower end one. I wish I would have recorded it, but I did have a match the other day where I got my first 90k medal with 1 flamethrower. It was in the beginning of Civil War, and they were just kind of waiting around, and I got 6 people right off the start of the game, and I did my carbonize, and then I just turned around, pop explosive fuel, my relics procced, and then I hit him with a humongous freaking flamethrower. I think I had a couple 5k crit ticks in that one too. It was really beautiful. So trouble with this spec is that you do run in heat very high. So you don't want to be batty like me and go above your 40% mark. Once you hit 40%, you got to really slow down, just go to blaster fire for a little bit. I know it's annoying, but that's what you got to do to keep this spec viable. Got more shoulder cannon missiles. Shoulder cannon alone just hits so freaking hard. And it's all instant, it's all free, you can just keep hitting them with that. And we'll get one more flamethrower here with explosive fuel up. So stun, explosive fuel, go ham, 4k, 3.6k, 3.6k. So, I mean, that's pretty devastating. It hits harder than Smash, but you have to get it off, and it's not always a sure thing. 6.6k immolate, 5k punch. When things crit in advanced prototype, things hurt really, really hard. 5.3. So you can imagine the 5k chain. You get a 5k immolate, 5k punch, 5k flame burst, and then you flamethrower someone. It's really hard. Survivability wise, Vanguards don't really have a weakness class like someone they're really bad against. You basically just have to deal with them and kill them. I mean, I want to say you don't want to stun them, but you do need to stun them if you need to like get some off heals on you or just anything, you know, kind of set up your burst, wait a little bit longer for your cooldowns. But typically AoE damage is pretty much not a big deal for them, not at all. Kind of like Smashers right now, they get the 30% AoE reduction, which pretty much makes Flamethrower kind of useless against them. Still hits, but just not as hard. Alright guys, this has been Dear Diary, Atalas, with the awesome hybrid spec. I hope you guys enjoy it. Hope to see you guys running it before it gets nerfed. Maybe. We'll see. Later.